welcome to another episode of Be the Light with me, Sarah G. I am so happy we made it to Friday. I hope everyone has had a great week. I know that can be challenging at times, especially with everything that we have going on in the world right now and in the United States, like holy moly. So with all that being said, I thought that today would be a great day to talk about how to feel good and what I do on a daily basis to help me feel good, because like I said, there is so much out there that just needs to get better, and we can all do our part in helping be that change, be that light that this world needs. It's just a one day at a time, one step at a time process to create this, this life that we all want to live, because we all want to live beautifully and peacefully. And of course, the dream is for us all to get along and all the things, but it's a work. We have to put in work to get there. So yeah, let's. If I'm going to reflect on my week a little bit. I started Monday was Memorial Day, and y'all, if you watched my video on Monday, you saw or you heard that. Of course, Memorial Day, we're reflecting on all those who are no longer with us. And so that was, again, a heavy day. And I feel like that feeling just kind of carried on through the week a little bit, because then we had another act of racism occur. At least that was broadcast, because I know that happens daily, but another one that was broadcast, which actually brings me to a quote that Will Smith said, you've probably seen a lot lately, that racism isn't getting worse, it's getting filmed. And I think that's powerful and so true, because it's always existed, definitely. But now, of course, with, all the media, social media outlets that we have, and how people just are not afraid to use their voice and their platforms that they're on. So now, of course, everyone is more aware of it, but it definitely has always been a thing. So I applaud all of you who are using your platforms and your voices in a positive, impactful way to try to be that change that we need, for sure. It's scary, guys. I mean, I say it's scary because it is. It truly is. It's terrifying, to think that even if it's not your race that's necessarily being attacked, it could be anyone. I worry for Spencer, and actually, I hate saying that because I don't want to worry for him. I have this prayer that I say over him daily before he goes out to work, because his job requires him to speak with people directly. He's a solicitor. He goes and knocks on your door, and he is. If we're being honest, he's Spencer Richard. Guess what? He's Caucasian, like through and through. And I try not to be fearful for him when he goes out to work. I don't want him to come across someone who is upset with like his race specifically and just happens to take it out on him, when he's just out there trying to do his job. So instead of putting that energy out there, that fearful, worried energy, I instead do the opposite. Like I said, I say my prayer over him every morning. He's my warrior. I ask God to bless him and protect him. It's a really beautiful prayer. I have it posted on my Instagram profile if you want to see it or read it. But yeah, and then I just trust in my faith to take care of him, my God to take care of him and look after him. And Spencer's also an amazing, beautiful human being who does his best to not live life in fear. So I feel that energy that he, surrounds himself with also protects him. He always says that he has the best guardian angels around him every day, which I love. So there's that. And then when we go running, I mean, golly, even, before we hear about people getting murdered on their runs, when I was living in San Antonio, there was a period of time where I was a little fearful of going running as a female, because one year we had like 2 or 3 women that were just brutally murdered while running through parks in San Antonio. And I always, thank God that I've had, when I run with Flash, and I look that way because he's like right there. But to help me get over that fear, again, I turned to my faith. Actually, my grandmother helped me with that. She said, when you're running, because I would run. It was just a lot of the times during that time period, it would just be Flash and I. And she would say, when you're running, so you're not fearful, A, just know God is with you. And B, every person that you run by, view them as an angel. View them as, hey, God is placing them in front of you, or you're running by them, and those are your angels. Those are your guardian angels. And golly, that mentality just changed and helped me feel so much better. Until this day, I think like that. If I do happen to go on runs by myself, if I do happen to go on a run by myself, and I get, may feel a little uncomfortable in a certain area, whatever, when I run by another human, I'm just like, you're an angel, instead of thinking the absolute worst about them, no matter what they may look like. So thank you, Mom Nina, for passing that on to me, because that has been something really powerful and has impacted my runs, especially my solo runs, in a great way. Flash, when he was younger, he used to be able to run miles and miles without, having to stop and take a breath. And these days, now that he's like almost 14, I don't take him for runs like that anymore. So he's not my guardian. He's not my, what do they call him? He's not my bodyguard anymore, So, I just appreciate that mentality. But let's just touch on, the feeling good mentality. Like how do I feel good every day? What do I do to feel good every day? Because like I said, there is so much, crap and shit that just happens daily in our lives that if we focus on it, we can easily feel like shit. So that brings me to a quote that Tom Bilyeu posted the other day. Y'all know I'm a huge Tom Bilyeu fan. He says, you're gonna see what you focus on. If you focus on all the things that are wrong in your life, or all the things that could go wrong in your life will be a nonstop parade of shit, which is amen, I believe, #facts, If I were to have left Texas with the mindset of, godly, this might happen, I'm taking this risk, just thinking about all the things that could have gone wrong, my experience would have been horrible. I wouldn't have enjoyed, I had a little bit of nerves leaving, just a little bit. I mean, we've spoken about this before. A lot of me was really, truly excited, and I was embracing the change. But there was a little, I hate to admit, it's kind of hard to admit to, because it was very small, and I'm being 100% honest when I say that. But it was small because I was already embracing the positive vibes, the positive outlook that Spencer and I had created within the year building up to before I moved. We had already envisioned and thought and spoken about all these great things that were gonna, fruit once I left. And so it was really difficult for me to feel anything else but good during that time. It was just like, yay, we're finally doing this. It was like a countdown, so things that I do every day to help me feel good, like I said, because I am human just like you are. And it can be really easy for me to get in my own head about a lot of things. But day by day, it's work. It is work, just like, your jobs are, just like a lot of things that we do in life. If we want it to change, we have to put in the work, the time to do those things. And for me, what's helped a lot is reading. I was never, ever, ever a reader for the longest time. Ask anyone. If you knew me, I mean, it was just like, all right, what am I going to read? But it's because I did not know what to read. I had friends that were avid readers, but they were reading different material that didn't really intrigue me. So I was never really turned on to the idea of reading. And then I met Spencer, and what makes Spencer so great, and I love him so much for this, is he's, it's not my job to tell his story. If you ever meet him and you want to talk to him about his story, feel free. But he has been through a lot in his, 24 years of life. And what I've always admired about him is the way he embraced it, and his outlook on how he was going to take each situation that happened to him and just find the positive in it, because that takes such a strong mental person. You literally, everything that we do in life is literally a choice. I'm going to choose to feel this way. I'm going to choose to do this. It's You just have to do it for yourself because you know it's the right thing to do. And sometimes it's going to be hard. Sometimes it's going to be challenging. Sometimes you're not going to want to do it. But it's when you choose to do it anyway, that's when the change comes. And after you experience that change or those feelings of joy that it brings you or satisfaction, whatever, after you made that choice to do the thing that you needed to do to get you to feel good, like that feeling is amazing, and you hold on to that feeling, and after a while you're just like, man, I want more of that feel good energy. I know what I need to do, I just gotta freaking do it. My job right now, over the summer, Spencer works all day every day, right? So when he's working all day, I'm by myself for the most part. I mean, y'all know this, and my grandmother hates when I say that. She's like, you tell people too much. Yes, I understand what she's saying, but again, if I were to live my life in fear, or if I were to focus on fear by sharing with y'all, where I'm at certain situations, then well, guess what? I'm creating a fear. I'm attracting that fear. I'm attracting those negative things. So yes, I'm at the house. Do people stop by during the day? Yes. I mean, like, there's so much more you don't know. Me saying one sentence isn't going to give too much away. But anyway, going back to Spencer. So he's had this great mindset of let me read things that empower me to feel better. Self-development books, just like good or books that have positive content in it. And that mindset, those books, he's kind of, he's shared with me since I've met him, and it's never been something like, hey, read this, or hey, listen to this. He was getting ready for work one day, and he had this playing in the background, and I was listening, and I was like, oh, that sounds good, I want to hear more. Or he would get home from work and go pick up a book. He needed to have his moment or whatever, and he, instead of doing a million other things to distract him from feeling better, or his way of feeling better has usually been to read a book or listen to an audio. And so I was intrigued by that. I've always been intrigued by that. Like, what are you reading? What are you listening to? Like, how do you get through these times? And so over the years, I've gotten to myself pick up these books and listen to these audios, and they've literally changed my life. And so one of my favorite books that I picked up last year was a book that Tom Bilyeu recommended. And guys, if you follow me on social media, I'm reading it right now. It's a little bit of a thick one. The font is like baby size, itty bitty. But this book is so great, and I actually put it in my family group chat this morning because it's called One Feeling Good, like hello. And if I just read the back, it says, the good news is that anxiety, guilt, pessimism, procrastination, low self-esteem, and other black holes of depression can be treated quickly and effectively without drugs, which I'm like, amen to, because Spencer and we try to stay away from medication. Like, we don't like putting drugs in our body. I mean, Spencer doesn't even use a microwave. He hates microwaves. Well, he knows that every morning when I make breakfast, I warm up 3 turkey sausage links, and if he eats those, I have to cook them on the stove because he will not eat them if they come out of the microwave. But when I eat them, he's usually at home, so I just nuke them. It's like the only thing that I nuke in my life these days, because he's trained me for the most part so well to like, hey, like, I don't, trust the magnetic waves that are in the microwave. Like, let's stay away from that, But it's in his mind, it's real. So I embrace it. I just go with it. But anyway, in Feeling Good, this book, the eminent psychiatrist David Burns, MD, outlines remarkable techniques that can lift your spirits and help you develop a positive outlook on life, enabling you to recognize what causes your mood swings, nip negative feelings in the bud, deal with guilt, handle hostility and criticism, overcome addiction to love and approval, build self-esteem, and feel good every day. So, I mean, what a just great book overall. Like, just helping you train your mind, your emotions, your thoughts. Like, when you have because you do have control over all those things, right? One of the things that my grandmother would say, and my mom also, when we were growing up, say I was in a disagreement with one of my brothers, and I would, yell like, he made me so mad, and their response to that most of the time was, he did not make you mad. You chose to be mad. And can you imagine hearing that, especially as a teenager? Like, you're so riled up and you're so, and you just want to be right, because when you're a teenager, that's all that matters is you being right all the time. Like, no one else knows anything but you, So yeah, that was a hard pill to swallow, but I'm thankful now as an adult that, hey, I had family. I love that my family knew that already, though. Like, everything they were instilling, planting those seeds in us as children, as teenagers, and even they continue to do it as we're adults, as they remind us, you literally have a choice to feel and do everything that you do in life. Like, it's always up to you. You choose to feel upset. You choose to feel happy. Yesterday, I was, here at the house, and I was working, but there was a moment where I was feeling kind of low. I was like, man, this sucks, like, I wish I had someone to talk to right now, or like, there's really someone here in person, because obviously I could pick up a phone, or I can get on FaceTime, but those things aren't the same. Like, I would love to have just gone out to like a cafe and just been sitting at a patio, like sipping a coffee or a tea, Like, I think about stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, that would feel so great right now, and I was feeling a little low about it. And I knew that I couldn't bother Spencer because he's working. When he's working, I want to let him focus and do his best. And so what did I do? I picked up the book and I started reading because I knew it was going to help me feel better. So yeah, it was a choice, Other things that helped me feel good aside from reading, listening to podcasts in the morning. Like, the first thing that I do in the morning before the podcast is, so I wake up and I'm like, thank you, God, for another day. Thank you for blessing me with life and for this, however the weather looks that day. If it's rainy, sunshine, cloudy, whatever, I'm just like, thank you for this, Thank you for allowing me to wake up. And I usually say that when I'm out with Flash in the morning. And then gratitude. I love my Start Today journal by Rachel Hollis. It, like I said, it's changed my life. Being able to write those 5 things that I'm grateful for, just is a great daily reminder that there's so many things to feel good about, to be grateful for, that how can you be upset when you're being constantly reminded about all the things, all your blessings, right? So I look forward to that. And then, let's see, working out makes me feel good. It releases that energy. Sometimes I'm super stressed and my shoulders are tight and my neck is tight and I'm like, I have all these things to do. And a line that helps me get through when I'm really, really stressed out. My dad says this in Spanish. He says, primero el uno y luego el dos. So in translated in English, that means first things first, then second. So whatever's not first on your list, do that. Now that we scratched that off, we do the second one. And so usually when I say that to myself, I take a deep breath in, because breathing helps also. Something that I want to be better at is meditating. Good God, I will be one day. But yeah, breathing, guys. Having good breathing techniques, like taking those deep breaths, when you feel overwhelmed, stressed out, upset, whatever they are. I'm not even kidding. Deep breaths, literally game changers. So yeah, I'll like take a deep breath in. I'll just be like, oh, primero el uno, and I get excited about it. I'm like, primero el uno, just like that. First things first, what's on my list right now? What am I going to tackle? All right, and then I'll tackle that, and I'll scratch it off mentally or on a piece of paper or whatever, and then I'll move on to the next thing. Because, yeah, if I just constantly think about all the things that I have to do, guess what? Yeah, I'm going to drive myself crazy. I'm going to be cranky because I'm going to be like, nobody likes to feel So, yeah, after working out, if you know me, I don't watch TV. But lately, I do have a little bit more downtime. So on Netflix, honestly, if I'm watching Netflix right now, there's so many things on Netflix, and a lot of it doesn't appeal to me. So one of my last ones was Jane the Virgin. I actually really enjoyed Jane the Virgin. It had a great positive message in it. That was a great show. My phone, I have like 10 different alarms that go off during the day to remind me to do all the things that I have to do. and that was my clock in alarm. So I clocked in. But yeah, so on Netflix, Jane the Virgin. I watched Jane the Virgin. And lately, like I said, I've had a little bit more downtime, you know, after I do all the things that I want to do during the day. And so I have been enjoying watching the Sweet Magnolias. Oh, that show's so great too. So yeah, so I'm watching stuff like that, you know, just stuff that, you know, has good messages in it, isn't necessarily, you know, filled with anything that's gonna make my mind go nuts, you know. That's about it, guys. Like, I know I'm boring to most of you, but whatever. Like, those are things that those are the programs that I, you know, choose to watch because I know, you know, they're in line with how I'm trying to feel. It's not like all this crazy stuff that's gonna make me go, what, you know. So there's that. But yeah, I know like there's so many things that are going on in the world daily. And so like I said, sorry, I don't know if you could see half these things that come up. So I know that there's so many things that go on in the world daily that can be scary or just make you feel nervous or uncomfortable. But if we do our best to remember that we have total control of how we handle all those situations and our thoughts and our feelings, then yeah, you can turn your day around and others' days around and really just use that feeling to, you know, be the change that we want to see so badly. Like, hello, Gandhi says that, be the change that you want to see in the world. So yeah, it starts with you. It starts with me. We have to put in the work to be those people that we need to see a difference, you know? So that's what I'm saying right now. I'm reading this book right now. I started reading it last summer when we were living in Indiana, and I got about halfway through, and I'm really sad that I didn't finish it last summer. And then we moved around like 2 times during that time period. And so this book unfortunately just got like pushed to the side. And then this summer I was like, hey, like, where's that book at, you know? Because I remember how great I was feeling during that time. And I brought it back out. You know what's funny, guys, is when you are feeling good, when you develop, it's because it takes practice, it takes time, right? That me, who I am today, the person that I've evolved into today, is so different from this person that a lot of y'all might have known or whatever. And it's taken work, like literally work. Like I did not just wake up one day and was decided to be like, be the light, whatever, you know. No, it did not happen. Like it's literally been a process. And so in order to get there, it's me like reading stuff like this or all the other books. Oh God, one day I will share my library with you guys, you know, like, hey, I recommend these books because I see some of the times y'all ask for them. But if you want 3 off of the top of my head, like which books to read, this is one of them, big one. Another favorite of mine is The Power of Positive Thinking. I believe that's by Norman Peale. And then Rachel Hollis's book, not the first one, Girl Wash Your Face, but Girls... what's your second one? Girl Stop Apologizing. Is that what the second one's called? I have it. I should know this. I have it in my box. I would pull it out if I didn't have to leave you for a second. But I'll go verify that. But yeah, those 3 right there, guys, feel good. Especially Rachel Hollis is more for women, but anyone can read it, honestly. If you want like to read a male version of what Rachel Hollis's message is, go to Tony Robbins. He's like the male version of that. So, and Rachel will tell you too, like she jokes around. She's like, you know what people tell me is like, I am a product of, like, let's say Tony Robbins and Ellen DeGeneres had a baby, like 2 people who feel really good all the time or do their best to be the light. It was Rachel Hollis that they birthed, you know, and she's such a beautiful soul. So yeah. My message today, guys, and something that I have been focusing all week, like I said, because there's so many things going on in the world, is just feeling good. And something that you'll notice when you feel good and when you really start to control, when you're able to, like, say you're feeling bad about something or low about something, and then when you're able to just flip the switch within seconds or minutes, like that's how you know you're harnessing that power that's within you. Like you're telling your mind like, I feel uncomfortable, I'm not feeling good, I know how to fix this. And when you can just like change in an instant your emotions from one to the other, it's such a powerful feeling, and it's so addicting. And I promise you, never want to live life any other way. And then when you meet other people who are living like on a different like wavelength than you are, you know, you come across them and they just kind of make you giggle, you know, because you'll say something that's, you know, a little negative or that's a little strong, and you're just kind of like, you'll get there, you know, like you don't think any negative thoughts towards them, or you don't have any bad energy that you want to give them. You're just like, it's all right, like, you know, I'm sorry you feel that way, or I'm sorry you think that way, but I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna let you get underneath their skin today. Like, dude, I feel good. I'm floating on a cloud every day. You've kind of become like this hippie, you know. I joke around about that because I do feel a hippie, kind of like a hippie, but it feels good, dude. Like, it really, really, really does. And I want everybody to feel the way I feel every day. And it's just like, Sarah, but how? Like, seriously, there's so much shit. Like, how are you? Like, are you not reading? I'm like, yeah, I am reading. But guess what? Instead of like complaining about it or, you know, using my voice or my platform in a negative way, I am going to do my best to face these challenges and these obstacles that we're all going through in the best way that I can, in the best mindset that I can. And I'm going to support you, and I'm going to love you for you. Like I said, for you, my goal in life is to surround myself with people who love and support me. And I feel like I've done a pretty fantastic job of that. But yeah, ultimately it's not about like, hey, think my way, do things my way. Oh, like you're doing that, you're like that way. Like I would never do. Like if I live my life in the comfort zone in someone else's comfort zone or someone else's comfort lane, I wouldn't get that far at all. I was having a conversation with my grandmother earlier in the week. Like she was like, I can't believe you say this, or I can't believe you do this sometimes. And I'm like, yeah, like, isn't that what makes it great? Like, just because it makes you uncomfortable or just because you don't necessarily agree with it doesn't mean that I can't or shouldn't do it, you know? Like, if I don't take those risks, if I don't say those things, if I don't do this, if I don't do that, then I'm not living life to my fullest. I'm living your life. And I believe in living my life in the best way that I can live my life. And so I'm going to end today, because I know this has been going on for a bit, on making one of my favorite things that I love to eat during breakfast, and that's a parfait. Y'all ask me how I, stay in shape and all this other stuff. This honestly doesn't really have much to do with it, but it is something that makes me feel good every day. So I'm going to get my ingredients, and I'll be right back, and we'll do that together. All right, guys. Thanks for being patient. So, I wanted to mention this earlier. Something that makes me feel good is getting these videos recorded during a time period where my phone isn't being blown up. And so if I know my job right now, my phone goes off nonstop all day, especially beginning around like this time. So I am lucky that it has not gone crazy yet. But part of me feeling good. Let me do this in a time that's not going to stress me out because I'm committed, right? Okay, so yeah, we are going to make this my favorite thing. One of my favorite things about every day or every other day when I'm able to enjoy it is a yummy parfait. Like I love parfaits. My perfect breakfast is 2 scrambled eggs, 3 turkey links, half an avocado, and yeah, I put the sugar on top with a yummy, yummy parfait, which we're gonna make together right now. So, I did not discover strawberry yogurt until I got to Dallas, and so this stuff it actually was one of the, because during this whole COVID thing, we can't always find everything that we want to find, and this was the only thing that was on the shelves one day, and I was like, nah, whatever, let me give it a try, better than nothing, right? Well, I've actually become a little bit addicted to it. Honestly, it has a little bit more sugar than I would like it to have. It's not like necessarily like the worst sugar that I could be eating. And I am not a heavy, my sugar intake throughout the day isn't that bad. So yeah, I am gonna put just like a good spoonful in there. Nothing too crazy. I'm gonna let you see just a good little amount in there. That's the base of my parfait. And then I like to put just like a small scoop of some gluten-free old-fashioned oats. We have this massive bag because we love oatmeal in this house. And so yeah, I'm just gonna grab a little bit of oats, sprinkle that on top. So now I have yogurt and some oats. All right, and then if you know me, you know I love chocolate. So I have these dark chocolate kind granola clusters. Again, just a small scoop, nothing too crazy. I'll show you, I wish I could show you better, but just that amount right there. Throw that in there, so if you're looking at it inside the bowl, you see my ratio, right? All about portion, people. You can enjoy the good things in life if you just portion it out, I promise. To me, this is a treat. This is like, if you know me, I have a big sweet tooth, and so parfaits, obviously, fruit is sugar, so this makes my day go around. It really does. And then I have all the fruits. So in here I have blackberries, I have raspberries, some blueberries, and I cut up some strawberries. So that's all in there, and I'm just gonna throw that in here with the rest of my stuff, and I'm gonna mix this up really well. And honestly, the secret to this tasting absolutely amazing is to mix it and then cover it, and then put it back in the fridge for like 15 minutes. You know, just let the oats and the granola and the fruit get kind of soggy, honestly, and it's like a dream come true when you eat it at the perfect time. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up right here. And sorry my display isn't gonna be, or my presentation isn't gonna be the prettiest, because whatever. But yeah, that's it, guys, just like that. And I'm gonna cover her back up, and I'm gonna y'all stir in the fridge, and I will enjoy that here soon. But yeah, what makes me feel good? Parfaits. Like I said, it helps me because I'm able to get my dessert in for the day, you know. It has all the things that I enjoy, a little bit of chocolate, strawberries. I love strawberries. So yeah, guys. But yeah, thanks for catching up with me today. I really appreciate y'all taking the time and you know, just listening to this. And I hope like I said, my goal is always that if you take whatever nugget you need away from each one of these videos, and at the end of the day, if you don't agree with anything that I say, that's perfectly fine too. You know, my job isn't to, force anything on you, that's fine. But maybe you just enjoyed seeing me without makeup today, or you enjoyed this sloppy bun that I have going on, whatever. At the end of the day, I hope you just, carry a smile on your face and that you do your best to feel good. All right, guys? Well, everyone have a great weekend. I love you very much. I look forward to catching up with y'all on Monday. Don't forget, Monday is Giveaway Monday. And so I'm going to be looking out for all you awesome people. My list grows daily. I'm telling you guys, y'all are such an amazing bunch already. It's kind of hard to just narrow it down every day to like 5 girls and 5 women because y'all are all just so awesome. But yeah, I love y'all very much. Let's continue to be the light in our own lives and everyone else's we surround ourselves with. You guys rock. All my love to you all. We'll see you soon. Mwah! Bye, guys.